Understanding how to manage human resources will be key to your success as a business leader. Believe it or not, many business people with great business strategies, plans, and products fail because they do not fully grasp the importance of human resource management. Thomas J. Watson, the founder of IBM, said, "You can get capital and erect buildings, but it takes people to build a business." Managers use a lot of words to describe how valuable people are to their organizations. Human resources, human capital, intellectual assets, and talent all imply that people play a vital role in business success. No matter what part of the business you're dealing with, whether it's figuring out where to put a new plant, designing a new product, formulating your strategy, or developing a cost structure, every single business issue ultimately becomes a people issue. At the heart of it, you've got to have people with the right skills, opportunities, and motivation to face those challenges and achieve business success. This is the essence of human resource management, to manage people in a way that drives business success. To drive success, human resource management involves a wide variety of activities, including analyzing a company's competitive environment and designing jobs so the company's strategy can be successfully implemented. This in turn requires selecting the right people, developing their skills to meet strategic objectives, and motivating them toward a common goal. So, if you enjoy bringing people together for a common purpose, coaching and training people to succeed in an organizational setting, and making sure people are properly rewarded and recognized for the work they do, then human resource management may be the career for you. To provide additional insight on whether HR management is the career for you, we've gone out to ask some experienced managers questions about why they chose HR as a career. We got some pretty interesting answers. What do you love about HR?
I love the variety in HR. I am an HR generalist, which means I work in organizational talent, in training, in hiring, in recruiting. I work in organizational structure, helping to reorganize companies and restructure them or bring in companies that are being acquired.
It's actually an interesting field. I had a great mentor once that talked about why he went into the field of OB and HR after doing undergraduate work in finance. And something resonated really well with me. Basically, it said that no matter what business or organizational issue you're dealing with, that could be entering a new market, that could be designing a product, that could be solving some analytical challenge or technical challenge, every single business issue or organizational issue ultimately becomes a people issue. At the heart of it, you've got to have someone with the right skills, capabilities to face that challenge. And so it's how do you find those people? How do you get them into the right roles? How do you motivate them? How do you help manage and unleash their performance? But ultimately, every business issue is a people issue. And the one function, HR and OB, is one that touches every aspect related to people.
There are so many reasons why I love the field of human resources. And it's actually hard to sort of figure it out. And if I go back to what drew me into the field of human resources, it's really sports. I was a big jock in school. I played 3 sports in high school. I played 2 in college. And everything I loved about sports, I find, is translatable to the world of organizations, such as organizing to win. Just as when you're on a team and you got to try to figure out what's the right way that we can organize the skills and talents we have to achieve our goal. The same thing is true in an organization. When you're in organization development and human resources, you're getting a chance to figure out how do we assemble the people and the resources and the assets we have to win in the markets that we want to win in, to put the best people in the best roles that amplify their skills and their strengths. And so I found over the years, the more I got into human resources, the more I loved it, because everything I loved about sports is what I loved about human resources.
Why would you want to work in HR?
I knew ever since I was an undergrad that I wanted to go into consulting, and I knew I really wanted to go into consulting around leadership development, executive coaching, organizational behavior, and organizational design, because in my experience, having had jobs through high school and through college, I knew most of the challenges in an organization were with the people. Organizations have figured out how to make products. They haven't figured out how to rally people around a cause.
Of course, HR is a fun and exciting area to work in, but what will you get from studying organizational behavior and human resource management in school? What skills will you develop to help effectively manage people and drive business success? What do I get from studying HR?
I think the advantage is that we've actually been trained with people who have spent time in this field, leaders in this field, thought leaders in the field of human resources, organizational development, organizational design. And you have a chance then to put those theories into practice when you go out into the field.
Hello students, I'm a Year 3 student currently studying HR major. So talking about why I chose HR as my major, actually back when I first entered the University of Macau, I was planning to study marketing instead of HR. But after about 1.5 years of studying, I find out that instead of a creative person, I'm more of a person who likes interacting with other people, like communicating and knowing others' needs. And that's what I'm interested in and also part of my personality. So with the overall consideration, I found that HR is what I'm fond of and also what's suitable for me to study. So that's why I'm studying HR right now. So human resource management is a very important area and also issue in all organizations and companies nowadays. And if you are really concerning about your future career, I think HR is a very ideal choice. But that's what I'm just said is a general opinion. In my own perspective, HR instead of a protection of future, it is also something very important in your daily life, like how to interact and communicate with other people, understanding what drives other people to do something. It's kind of like fostering you to be a more empathetic person. And all of these are very useful for the rest of your life. And that's why I think HR is a very good major to study in.
Hello everyone, we are Year 3 students and majoring in the human resources. I'm Mandy.
Hi, I'm Lily.
I'm Susanna.
I'm Winnie. So today we are going to share about some of our ideas why we are choosing HRM as our major. For me, frankly speaking, at first I didn't consider to choose HRM as my major. I'm very confused in which stream I should take at that time. But when I'm think more deeply about which major I should take, I found that I'm not interested in calculating the figures and numbers, and I don't have the talent in creating new ideas. Rather than that, I think that I'm more interested in learning the interpersonal skills and the relationship between people and how they can be applied to my everyday life. So I think that HRM is the most suitable one for me to choose. For Winnie, how do you feel about this?
At first, I also didn't know which major is suitable for me. But after I studied in UMass for 1.5 years, I found that I was not really good at dealing with so many numbers. So I dispelled the thought on choosing accounting or financial related majors. And I also realized that HR is quite an important department in every company. And I believe through learning HR knowledge, I can enhance my own ability to handle or plan, also how to communicate and get along with other people. These kinds of skills are all useful for me in finding jobs in the future. So that's why I choose HR as my majors. How about you, Mandy?
Actually, I have no idea on choosing what as my major when I was in Year 2. And then I have searched much information on the internet. After collecting all the information that I have searched, I discovered that the trend of the HR has an exciting phase of growing and change. And the HR professionals are needed by businesses of every size in every industry. And HR professionals have the ability to influence the future of the organization based on their decision making of the employment. At last, I have chosen the HR as my major, and I found it is very interesting and can learn a lot of things about the HR materials, and it may be useful for my future career path.
I agree with all of you. In addition to this, there are the skills that we can learn from HR. Good communication and being a good listener. It includes the type of communicate with others and interpersonal relationship. It builds a good impression to others and easily to get close with others because they will feel more comfortable and they can tell you more about them. Moreover, observing skill is also important in HR. Others' behavior, because it can discovering others' behavior and try to know more about them. All these skills are very important in HR because we can learn it and apply for their job. So I suggest if all of you are interested in learning HR knowledge and skills, don't hesitate, join us.